everyone. Speaking to Page 3 here at News9 with me, Sakshi Litoriya, is very beautiful and extremely young and talented Aadhya Anand. Aadhya, thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Amazing. So I know for a fact that you have made your mark in the specifically OTT genre here in India, but you are a very famous face in Singapore as well. Would you like to spill some tea on that?
So, I was a child model in Singapore,
Mhm.
and I was the face of Fox Fashion Israel there. And I started off when I was 7, and I was like a big Bollywood fanatic. So, I always used to stand in front of the mirror and enact certain scenes. So, I started off as a model, and I soon got casted for this film called The Yellow Bird,
Mhm.
which went to the Canton Festival. So director noticed me on one of the ramps that I walked for, and that's when like my entire acting journey started. So I did like a lot of award-winning shows in Singapore, and yeah, I did ads as well. And then that's when the entire shift to India had happened because I got casted for this Netflix series, Bombay Begums. And yeah, I think that was the turning point. That was like the entire shift that happened.
Hmm. And how was the experience of being one of the Begums?
It was great. I feel extremely lucky, and I'm so grateful that this opportunity came to me at the right time because it's not normal. It's not an everyday thing for you to see someone from abroad getting casted for like a pan Indian audition or getting locked for a pan Indian audition. So that was something. There were a lot of back and forth that I had to do between Singapore and India, and as well as that whole experience was completely different because Singapore is the working experience in Singapore is very contrasted compared to India. So I felt great. In fact, I was treated with utmost respect and a lot of love, and we had all become a family. But being among such stalwarts in the industry, they were all big actors in the series, and I was obviously a bit nervous. But as I continued my journey, as we, went more ahead in the shooting days, I felt more comfortable because Pooja ma'am, who plays my mom, she's like my second mom, so she'd become like family. So it was great being on a set. I got a lot to learn, and that's forever going to be the closest to my heart.
That's really sweet. But when you say that, the working in Singapore and working in India is very contrasting in nature, what exactly are you implying at? How, the entertainment industry of Singapore is different from entertainment industry here in India?
hmm So there are a lot of differences. There are many similarities as well. The working style is pretty much the same. It's just that in India the scale is larger with like a huger production unit, and um, along with that, the audience in Singapore perceive content a different way than compared to India. I feel like here they scrutinize a lot and they tend to dive more deep into the character that you're playing, which I feel is a good thing for every actor because they need that feedback every once in a while so that they can improve in their next project. And Singapore, honestly, I was pretty young, so everything I took it was very easygoing and fun and all of that. But suddenly when I shifted for this Netflix project, backed by Endemol Shine, I it was really grand. So I took it in a really nice way, so that I could be a part of something so big. So there are a few changes here and there, and I feel like the Indian audience tends to reach a larger audience than compared to Singapore.
If I'm not wrong, you have already worked with Babil Khan, right?
hmm
Hmm. He recently had a meltdown episode there at the social media. A lot of controversies were there around that specific and incident. While you were with him on sets, when you worked with him, was there any moment when he would have suggested, or spoken about the trends in the entertainment industry in India?
Yeah, I mean, we've had very heartfelt conversations regarding the industry and all of that. In fact, he was fairly new to the industry when we were shooting for Friday Night Plan. So, if I'm not wrong, he had already shot for a film, The Railway Men. and that was already shot, but Friday Night Plan released first. And we talked about a lot, what are the pros and cons of the industry. He's a very sweet guy. He was telling me everything, and we were just talking about our similarities and differences and all. So yeah, there were talks like that because he does come from a family with more experience, so that was like kind of like a learning thing for me as well.
And what's your take on nepotism? Because that is something, and that's a constant topic of discussion as far as the Indian entertainment industry is concerned.
Hmm.
In between, a couple of days ago, the topic had slightly, was shrugged under the carpet. But now, with a lot of new faces coming up in the entertainment industry, be it specifically the OTT projects, we are looking at some of the star kids debuting. So the chatter is back into the picture. How do you feel about it? Because you're very young, you are coming after having made your mark in Singapore, now in India as well. So, how do you feel about it?
See, I think everyone has their own opportunities. Obviously, those who don't come from a filmy background, they have to struggle much harder, and they have to, try to make their mark with a lot of effort and hard work. And I feel honestly, your work speaks for yourself. So whatever you show on screen, if the audience likes it, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of newcomers. In fact, have a lot of friends who've actually made the mark on the big screen as well. So that is something I'm really proud of, because that is where I strongly believe that your work speaks for yourself, and the people who like it, they shower you the love. And when it comes to nepotism, I feel like even if you came from like a filmy background, if you were a star, you would launch your kid as well. Anyone would do that. I mean, even those who are talking about nepotism being this, that, I personally feel that anyone, even those people talking, if they were like a Shahrukh or Hrithik Roshan, they would want to launch their kids as well, because why not? So it's that's how life is. It's like a give and take. It's all about opportunities. It's yeah, it is about, you have like the upper hand when you come from a filmy background, but you are also scrutinized. You are also challenged. You are also compared to your the others in the family. So everything has their pros and cons, and I honestly feel like the acting industry is all about that. There's a lot of ups and downs that happens, and you have to take it as it is.
Let's also speak about Knock Knock on here because you have received a lot of praises for that. What do you have to say to us about, maybe the BTS, some fun parts of it as well?
So, Knock Knock Corner was in fact my debut in the thriller space. So, playing such a emotionally and physically challenging role was something that I had to really work on, because I'd never done anything like this. And obviously, with the help of everyone around me, I was able to try to give my best. And the experience was great, because I am a big suspense and thriller fan, and I've always wanted to be a part of such a project. So when this came to me, I was like, wow, this is something I get to star in. So even on set, everyone was great. It was like, we would sometimes film like emotional scenes, and then, as soon as we cut, we're all back to like normal. And that's how I got to know, like how much you have to invest in the scene. And once you like pull back, once there's like a cut, everything is great. So it's just like every shooting process, but I feel it requires some amount of intensity, much more than the other roles played. Everyone had become like a family. I feel like that happens on every set. Everyone is just spending so much time every day, more than the previous day. So it was a wholesome project. I made a lot of friends. I made a lot of. Uh, I basically made a family on set. It was great.
And you are a Gen Z. You're
Yeah.
very young. What's the plans ahead? Do you want to stick to acting? Would you want to expand the horizon, experiment with new things as well?
So I have always been set since I was 7. I knew that I wanted to be an actor. And I have, only seen my graph go up from there. I mean, my graph still has to go much higher. I have goals and I have plans. So I don't see any other career for me right now, because acting is the way I want to go. And that is something I strongly want to pursue. That is my passion. And yeah, no other career line as of now.
What's in the pipeline? Are you
What's
prepared
in
for
the
something else? You're
pipeline?
shooting for something else?
So there are a few talks, and there is something, but I can't reveal it right now. So I will let you guys know soon.
Come on, something. You'll have to give me some scoop.
I can let you know one.
Okay.
So just day before, I've shot a music video
Mhm.
with Mahi, this one trending song that we're gonna do. So that is gonna be releasing probably this month. So that is one of the things I can let you know.
That's really nice. So, like I've already said, that you're very young, you're a Gen Z. A lot of you are, very active on social media. How do you perceive your social media game, and how do you work out in that space?
So social media is like a booming thing, right? Every day it's just it's like a pastime for people, and for some it's work. You get your wages from that, you get your money from that. So I see it as a thing where, I like to share about my personal life, not much, just like how much it's necessary. And that's a way for people to connect with me, for people to just know what's going on and all of that. But I feel like social media also has its negative sides because people tend to misuse it often, and because of that I feel people are strongly dependent on social media. And nowadays I've seen so much about how people are breaking down and how people are taking it so seriously where it affects their mental space, and that's something that I don't want to go into, and I feel like many people should not. They should just take it as a fun and a nice space to connect with people.
And last but not the least, is there any word of advice for the aspiring actors and the people of your age?
So as an actor, it is necessary to stay resilient. It is important to never give up, because this industry is such as where, you never know what clicks, what is meant for you, it'll come for you. Just wait it out. It might happen soon, it might happen much later, but you should never give up, because if you really want to be an actor in this industry in today's day, you have to be resilient. You have to hope for the best and do your best, and put in as much hard work as you can, because that is the only thing that takes you further. And one quote I would like to share is, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard, by Marilyn Monroe. So that is something which everyone needs to incorporate in their lives.
That's really beautiful, Adya. Thank you so much for speaking to us.